Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, JRose. Welcome to the JRose Experience. We have an incredible episode for you today. I sat with poet Curtis Davis, who talked about how he went from poetic protégé to community mentor. I also sat with Naya Haze, a lyricist who shared her creative process as an eclectic rapper. Then we all sat down and talked about what's needed in the creative community, and we had a really good time making some really tough decisions, playing One Gotta Go during our Off the Top segment. So make sure you stay tuned and keep growing. JRose, welcome to the JRose Experience. I'm super excited about today's episode. We have two amazing guests. Our first guest is born and raised in Tampa, has been performing and competing since high school, has competed nationally, and right now his focus is on helping other local artists find their greatest potential with his arts entertainment company called Grow House. So please give a warm welcome to my first guest, Curtis Davis.
Yo.
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. I'm super excited to be talking to you. You had quite an impressive bio for someone who's so young. So let's just jump right into it. I'm really fascinated by your experience with competing in poetry. Like me, I'm not a slam poet. I'm not a big competitor. Although I did recently perform in a slam and I won third place. Hey, right? For someone who does a slam, not too bad.
Yeah.
But I always admire poets that really take that competitive side seriously. So first of all, where did this competitive side come from? Were you like into sports as a kid, or like where does this stem from?
So yeah, I wouldn't say I was into sports. I played sports.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is super into sports,
Mm-hmm.
and he tried to get me into all different kinds of sports. So I played soccer, I played football, basketball. I even did like boxing for like 2 weeks.
Oh. What happened? You wasn't feeling the hits to the head?
Well, I mean, I actually enjoyed the boxing thing. I think there was like a money situation with that.
That'll definitely stop you from some things.
But like I never really stuck to any sport. It wasn't really like my thing. I was also a really chubby kid when I was younger.
Is that why they put you in sports? It was like maybe you lose some weight.
I mean, that might have been part of it. Also, part of it might have been that my dad wanted me to be a professional football player in the future.
Of course, sports are really big. Like especially football is huge down south. So.
Oh yeah. My dad's like a huge Buccaneers fan.
Of course.
But yeah, so I never really stuck to any sports. But that is kind of like what started like some kind of competitive spirit in me. However, it wasn't really until like I started competing in slam that I started to get more competitive because it was something that like, you know, even though I wasn't winning all the time, it was still something that I felt I was good at.
Yeah.
As opposed to sports, I never felt like I was actually like really good at it. It was just something that I was trying to do to, you know, make my dad proud of me kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I made my dad proud of me through poetry as well, and it was something that I felt I was good at. And
is it like an adrenaline rush that
you
get?
Yeah. It's really interesting because it's like I kind of don't like the fact that the competitive aspect brings a different performer out of me. However, that amount of pressure, that experience does like kind of light a different type of fire.
So let's talk about that. Hold on. So being in a competition brings out a different performer in you. So if I saw you at a open mic, your approach in performance would be different?
It would be more laid back.
So you would be more relaxed. You'd be more calm.
But I mean, at the same time, my goal is to have the same intensity no matter where I'm performing.
Yeah.
And no matter like how many people I'm performing for.
Yeah.
That's the goal. But naturally, like slamming, it just brings me there a lot easier than, just trying to pull that out of myself
for like an open
at
mic.
a casual, like where everybody's just chilling, and you know that people aren't really there to like necessarily see somebody like rip their heart out on stage. They're just there to like kind of chill and watch some poetry.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like sometimes it feels weird to be like all up in somebody's face, like really going in. But then there's other times where like you do that and it creates like a magical experience for the audience.
Absolutely.
And also like it just feels better as a performer to like not feel like you're being lazy during your performance.
No, don't be lazy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Don't be lazy. But yeah, the goal is to like always try to get to that same level that slam brings me to off of a slam stage as well. But yeah, just naturally the pressure of like, oh, there's these scores involved, and poets that you feel like might be better than you. You feel like you have something to prove, kind of thing.
Yeah. How do you navigate yourself out of that, getting stuck in worrying about other people's performances?
For me, it's been a long process.
Yeah.
Throughout my whole career, because there's times where I really like question myself as an artist and just as a person in general, like questioning my own story, my own struggles that I've gone through, like because when you're competing with poetry, like a lot of the time it's like I'm putting my personal experiences and struggles up against another person's personal experiences and struggles and seeing if I can get my poem to score higher than theirs, and then when it doesn't, it's like, is my story not powerful enough? Like, have I not lived enough of a hard life for this, you know?
To get that emotion from the judge?
Yeah, exactly. But it just takes for me, it took losing over and over again, and then getting to a point where, like, I was able to start actually winning slams and realizing that, like, when I got to the other side of, like, the winning side, it's like, this isn't really all I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
you know? It's
yeah.
like, so, but
what's the journey? It's the journey there. A lot of times, not necessarily the destination.
For sure. And
now you competed. You competed in international competitions that were held here. So what was it like competing against international poets?
It's awesome. Like my first experience with it was when I was in high school, actually.
Oh, wow.
It was with Brave New Voices.
Amazing.
I did that for the first time in 2010, and that was a year that they were actually filming for HBO.
Oh.
And so, like, they had, like, camera crews involved in the whole thing.
That's a lot for, like, a high school student to be exposed to.
And it was in LA, and like it was
wow.
my first
So you got
time.
to travel to LA in high school to compete?
Yeah.
That's so dope.
Yeah, and it was in like Brave New Voices it's an international competition where it's an international youth competition where like 80 plus teams compete from all around the world, and so just seeing like teams from like places in England and stuff like that.
What I was gonna ask you, like, what country had like the most impressive poets for you, other than the U.S., of course?
I think most recently, because I've gone back to Brave New Voices as a coach now.
Oh, dope.
So I coach the same youth team that I was a part of as a high schooler.
Look at that full circle and giving back.
Yeah. I think most recently though there's a team from Trinidad and Tobago that came out.
Really?
And
hey, Trinidad.
Yeah,
okay.
They were just so dope because like at the beginning of each of their poems they had like a little song or chant that they would do with their teammates who were
that was like
audience.
Their squad chant.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, but it was just their whole vibe was just really awesome, and they were super like genuine and authentic, and they ended up making it to finals. I can't remember if they won or not, but like they made it really far, like to the final stage and everything. But yeah, they were really impressive and awesome.
Amazing. So tell me about Heard 'em Say Arts Collective. That's like a squad, right? What is it?
Heard 'em Say is the organization that brought me into poetry. It's the organization that I was just kind of talking about where I coached the youth slam team for. So it started, we actually just celebrated our 14-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It was started by a local legend, and he's a legend, you know, around the South and otherwise as well. But Walter Wally B. Jennings.
Amazing.
He started it, and you know, he was also a mentor for not only me but a lot of not just youth poets but poets in general in the community. But he started it 14 years ago. It started as just an open mic once a month for people who are 19 and under.
Oh wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, he wanted to like have a place for. He noticed that there wasn't a place for like young kids to go, and
because the older people have like their platforms that they go to where, you know, 21 over or 18 and over, but there's not a lot of platforms that cater to the youth.
Exactly.
Now for you, how pivotal was that for you in your teenage years to have that space?
I mean, it was everything for me, and that's why like I was so drawn to like come back and be a part of it again as in a different capacity, to try and give other youth poets the same experience that I had, because
do you think that's necessary for the youth in Tampa? For sure.
It's definitely necessary, and I've witnessed it over the past few years, because it took me some time to come back in the capacity that I'm at right now. It took a lot of like time for me to build confidence in myself as a teacher and as an adult, you know, being not in charge but having a hand in, you know, the projection of a young poet's career and mind and stuff like that.
Now, why do you think that was such a challenge for you to kind of get over that?
I think just because my age, like I was still a young adult myself.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out my place in life and things like that, and trying to figure out like what the right life decisions are, and I didn't feel like I was at a place where I could mentor a young person.
But look at you now.
Yeah. It took like maybe like after the first year, like me giving my suggestions and helping them with their poems and performances and things like that, and then seeing them apply the things that I told them on stage, and like
seeing the growth.
And like they, you know, like I help, you know, a specific suggestion that I provide to them, and them doing it, and then receiving like a reaction from the audience for that, like positive
and then you're
feedback.
Like, told you so.
Yeah, like
yes,
that was my idea. Yeah,
that was my idea.
Like just knowing that like having like affirmation that like I'm saying the right things and leading them down the right path.
Yeah, and you are an expert, and they can count on you.
Yeah, it was just a learning process, learning how to translate the knowledge that I have in the way that I feel comfortable with, in a way that I feel like they're actually getting what I'm saying.
They can receive it.
Yeah.
I have like a random fun question.
Okay.
I like to, you know, I'm weird. You already know this by now. But if I was to buy the newspaper tomorrow, and I saw you on the cover of the newspaper, what would the headline be?
I think it would have. I want to say it would have to have something with Florida Man in the title.
Florida Man, Florida poet.
Florida man poet spits fire.
And then the open mic venue is burnt down.
Yeah. It's like a picture of me spitting literal like fire.
Like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
I love it. That's actually a great headline. I know you brought some poetry with you. Yeah?
Yeah.
You're gonna bless the mic for us?
For sure.
Yes, awesome. Okay, we'll be right back with a performance from Curtis Davis. Stick around.
Speak of death. like it belongs to us. So familiar with it, we could pick it out from a crowd of people in the middle of Times Square at nighttime with the light shut off. My pop said he wants to be buried with his New York Knicks jersey. I'm not quite sure what I want to be buried with yet. In a lecture, KRS-One said air is consciousness we're constantly breathing in and out. That's why the first thing we lose when our air supply gets cut off is consciousness. He said air is God. Some nights my body fights God in my sleep. I got my mother's eyes and my father's sleeping problems. Some nights he stops breathing in his slumber, as if every time he dreams, he's reliving the moment my mother first stole his breath, like the first time a deaf child hears their own laugh, so loud, so windy. And it's hard to get a good night's rest when every time you go to sleep, it seems like your lungs are trying to hug themselves to death, as if to say, there ain't enough love inside this body, so love me. Love me till I can sleep soundly and dream hard. I want to dream hard. I want to love hard. I want to die hard. But my friends say this ain't no Bruce Willis movie. And Curtis, you snore like a monster. Hell, maybe I am one. 'Cause it feels like I've spent a lifetime underneath the bed, keeping my messes hidden, spending too much time stuffing messages into bottles, hoping they reach someone. I want to reach someone. If I die tonight in my slumber, bury me with my failures. So even after life, I can still strive to be better, because there's gotta be something greater than this. I'm tired of breaking my back for people with no spine. Spending my days watching the time till it's time to clock out. It's like my sanity has clocked out and I'm chasing money every day. You think I was born a prophet? I'm killing myself every day. I'm just my father's son. But I'm gonna be a big shot one day, like the kind that comes from a sawed-off shotgun. Cause I was born into this world killing myself. Unplugged from umbilical cord that hugged my neck like a noose. I fight every night to breathe, to dream hard, to live hard. For tomorrow is so easily snatched away. So we speak of death like it belongs to us. Because it does. Like greatness. Two fates we are destined to fulfill. The only question is, will you kill or just be killed? Said the shotgun to the head. Steady.
The Rose Garden Events is an arts and entertainment agency that cultivates creative growth. By curating open mics, talk shows, pop-ups, and retreats, we provide a platform for aspiring poets, musicians, visual artists, entrepreneurs, and more. We're excited to announce our new social media management and brand coaching services. That's right. You can now hand over the social media wheel, or we can guide you as you do it on your own. This is the one-stop shop where creativity is always blooming. For more info, visit us online at therosegardenevents.com. You can also find us on all social media platforms at The Rose Garden Events. Keep growing.
Wow, what an amazing performance, right? I told y'all I'll be bringing that heat, and we in Tampa, so you already know we got the fire poets. But welcome back to the JRose Experience. We've got our next guest. She is a lyricist based in St. Pete. She's been rapping since she was 14 years old, but recently decided to take her career more seriously. She's got some really dope projects brewing up that's releasing this summer. And despite her unconventional ways, she is ready for this journey to greatness. So please give a warm welcome to my next guest, Naya Haze. Hey! Peace Queen.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, I'm good.
I'm so glad I was able to get you on here.
Yes.
Very last minute, but you know, sometimes things work out.
I'm
like
so
this.
last minute.
Yeah, but you know what? It's changes like that like at the end of the day, they end up serving the purpose. So I'm so grateful for you being able to get come onto the show so last minute. So I want to talk about your rapping
Yes.
life. Like,
Yes.
so when you started rapping, first of all, you started rapping at the age of 14.
Yes. So my background is a little bit like confusing because I was born in Houston.
Okay.
And then I was raised in Brooklyn and Houston, like back and forth.
Oh, really?
Till I was 15 years old.
You got some New York in you.
Period.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Florida when I was 15. So kind of like all my struggles, like I just always wrote. Like even I have massive like notebooks of just me journaling. Like I journal.
So do you remember the first rap you wrote?
I'm trying to think of it. It was mad corny.
It was corny? Was it
So
about
corny.
some stupid boy?
No. It was honestly something like, I'm hot, y'all not. Like, something so, like, whack. But I remember calling my cousin, and I told her, like, honestly, Nicki's the reason why I wanted to rap. Like,
Nicki
I
Minaj.
love Nicki. Like,
Wow.
she's a goat. I feel like she's writes herself, you know, so, like.
She does write a lot of her own music.
And that's someone that I, like, map behind. So, she was real hot around that era. I want to say, like, 2007 she came out. You know, she dropped that Jump Off by Lil Kim. She did, like, a little remix to it. And I remember calling my cousin, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a rapper. Like, girl, I already know.
So wait, so I love that you said that because it leads me to the next question that I had. So how did your family receive that, hey guys, I want to be a rapper?
So I've been out here by myself doing it alone since I was 16.
Wow,
like
okay.
I left my parents' house. So really nobody tells me nothing. But I mean, they kind of be like, girl, like go to school. You know, they've always said stuff like that. But to me, I've always made my money my own way, you know, been my own entrepreneur, like trying to get in. Of course, I like had day jobs and stuff. But I don't know. I don't really listen to
it doesn't
what
matter.
nobody has to say. Yeah.
Well, that's good because being a female lyricist, you kind of have to have like that tough skin to not really care what other people think.
Right.
And speaking of that, have you faced any challenges being a female lyricist, trying to come up in this industry?
For sure. I feel like, especially when I first started going into the studio, because I never really went into the studio until I was, I want to say like 20.
Oh, wow.
I never like actually went to a studio. I never really even shared my art. Like I was in a 5-year relationship, and then when I got out of that, I was like, okay, I have to be me. Like,
explore yourself. Absolutely.
So when I started getting in the studio, I would get a little bit nervous around certain people when in person, like when they first discovered that I could rap, and I just like freestyle for them real quick. Not really freestyle because nothing I really do
spit
is off
some,
them.
yeah.
Right. So I like say something real quick, and they'll be cool. But then when we're actually working, it's like I feel so much pressure, especially when there's like producers or like industry people. But now I'm just like, I really don't care.
So how were you able to get to that space? What did you do to like lead yourself to a place where you're like, I don't care, I'm comfortable?
Honestly, I don't think it has nothing to do with the creative process. I think it's just like my life experiences, like me having to really like just be on my own and like do things by myself and make shit shake. So like now I don't care what nobody says.
Right. Now you mentioned that you are a mom. How old is your child?
He'll be 1 year next month.
Oh, you got like a little one.
A little infant.
Oh, so he doesn't even know yet that his mom is like the bomb,
No.
right?
Well, both of his parents make music.
Oh,
so I'm sure he's gonna do something. Like he be hitting them drums and doing stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to him, everyone always says like live out your dreams. You know, you hear teachers telling you that, everyone
absolutely.
And I feel like personally when you don't like live what you say, like that will never be your reality. So if I tell my son to chase his dreams, I want to chase my dreams. Like irregardless.
He needs to see you doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, so where do you go when you need to write? When you need your space? Is it a mental space that you got to take yourself to, or do you physically have to go somewhere so that you can put all your energy into writing?
So when I go to like make a plethora of songs, it's just me in my house by myself. Usually I don't like to have my son around because I like to smoke. So I'll just be dolo, smoking, hearing instrumentals loud on my speaker.
Yeah.
And then really whatever vibe I'm feeling. But sometimes I do go through periods of writer's block. So like I'll go 3 months not writing nothing. And then like...
What do you do to get out of it?
I think it's just a matter of me having to experience things. Like, either the thing I feel like blocks my writer's block is like me not facing my emotions, or like dealing with situations that
you
I
kind of
need
like
to deal with.
Sweep it under the rug.
Right. And once I like go through that emotion or experience that, I can like now write about it because I've already been there. So like we're done with that feeling.
Absolutely.
But also in the studio, pressure writing, I love pressure writing. Like, if I'm in the studio with like mad dudes and they like writing hella shit, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hop on this.
Yeah, you're like, challenge accepted.
Period.
I love it.
So that too, but other than that, just like at my crib, solo.
Yeah. So do you usually write your music first and then you kind of find a beat for it, or do you listen to instrumentals and get the inspiration to write to it?
I like to listen to beats first.
Yeah.
It's very rare when I write. Like, if I write something that just like words, it's off a poetry based like stanza, you know. But I like to listen to beat, and a beat will give me the vibe. And then like, oh, if I'm on this, I want to talk about love, or this nigga got me fucked up. Let me say this shit. You know what I'm saying?
In my feelings, I'm in my bag. So what's I guess I could ask, like, what's your sound? Like, what sound do you feel you gravitate to often when you're listening to instrumentals?
I don't know. Have you ever heard of this producer named Icy Twat?
No. But okay.
I recommend y'all listen to him, like, or Miko Diego's music. I don't know, like, very Playboy Cardi, like, bouncy.
Yeah.
I love shit like that. But when I go on the beat, people will be like, oh my gosh, this is giving me like Janae Airca vibes.
Ooh.
But it's on a beat like that. So I don't know, I'm just very eclectic, whatever I feel like doing. And recently I've been working with autotune a lot, so that's been fun. Yeah.
Where do you see your music going in the next few years?
I just hope, like, really my purpose in life, I feel like, is to help people develop their emotions and be able to like overcome things. So I just hope in the hands of whoever needs to hear it. Really. I don't like to put like a big thing, but I know that I'm meant to be great, so it'll be in great places.
Speak on it, sis. I have a little fun question. If you could collab on a song, like if you could feature on somebody's album, whose album would you like to feature? I think I know the answer to this, but...
Can I say 3?
Oh, she got 3.
I have 3 people.
All right, three albums that Naya Haze wants to feature on. Y'all better pay attention.
Pay attention. So these are the only 3 people I care about collabing with ever. Kodak Black. I love Kodak. Like, I feel like he's very spiritual.
Isn't he from out here? Isn't he from
He's from
Florida?
Broward, yeah.
Yeah.
I really like him. I feel like he's very spiritually driven and his music holds a lot of depth, so I like him. Tory. I love Tory Lanez. His vocal structure and like the way he can maneuver like with different sounds is crazy.
He's a very versatile creative.
Super. And then of course Nicki M.
I knew it. I knew that was coming.
Nicki M.
Oh, yes. I love it. I know you brought some fire for us today.
I did.
Yes. All right. So we're going to be right back with a super dope performance from Naya Haze. Stick around, guys. Peace. Whether it's tax season, the holidays, or whatever falls in between, you want to make sure that you're being smart with your money. So go visit my girl, Queen Candace, at the Queen Blueprint to learn how to gain your financial freedom. You could get a personalized debt payoff plan, a full financial overview, and learn to repair your relationship with money. Smarter money moves are waiting for you at www.thequeenblueprint.com or call 877-387-BLUE. Use code JRose20 for 20% off of all our financial services.
Hey y'all, I'm Naya Haze. This is from my song Covered. Realest thing I could be, worst thing you could do, make you choose you or me. I'ma always keep it clear, I was raised by a G. No disrespect to these hoes that be howling by the feet. But I'ma make you stand on them words that you speak. Fuck a dollar, got my own baby, I ain't for the weak. Lead packs, not a sheep. I'm up, I don't sleep. If I see you on that fuck shit, just know that I peep.
I'm so excited I got both my kids' appointments to get their hair done at Shining Star Kid Salon in Brooklyn, New York. The best part is, I get to pick up a couple of my favorite natural hair products like their Fearless Edge Control, or their Fearless Hair Oil. And these are just some of my favorite products to style my hair with. Head over to ShiningstarKidSalon.com to order from their line of natural products the whole family can enjoy. Or make an appointment if you're in town.
Use code JRose20 at checkout for 20% off your online purchase. Keep growing.
This segment is brought to you by the Rose Garden Events. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. What a dope performance, right? You see? Tampa, you out here doing the thing. Thank you. But we are back with both of our amazing guests, and we're going to do our little group discussion, and then you already know we're going to play some games a little bit. But for right now, our topic of today's episode is we're going to talk about what is missing from the creative community. And I'm sure there's plenty of things that are missing, so we could probably be here all day, but we're going to be here for a little bit, okay? We're going to tap on a few things, all right? Don't roll out the scroll with all the lists. But I do want to know, in your experience, both of you, what do you think is missing in the creative community?
I'll go first. I think authenticity is missing in the creative community. Like, I see a plethora of artists that all sound the same, or even just aesthetically look the same. Like, to me, the image is important too. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if the image resembles, similar other images, the music is kind of gonna merge with that same, and then like everyone's on the same frequency, but music is frequency.
Yeah.
Poetry, vibrations are frequency, so why are we all like on one? Like, that's inauthentic to me.
Yeah.
Like,
you think there needs to be a little bit more variety out there?
I feel like people aren't comfortable with themselves.
That's a good point. We talked about that earlier too.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you think are one of the things that's missing in the creative community?
I would say that I'll speak like more towards like the local arts creative community here in Tampa and St. Pete or whatever. But I think the main thing is like there needs to be a more sense of community, like actual community, more collaborative events, and there also needs to be more people like yourself who do things like this for the artists here to give them exposure, because I feel like there's too many people who want to be on this side and in the limelight and on stage, and not enough people who want to be behind the camera and doing that type of thing that helps push the community and the exposure. The more exposure that we get, because we have super talented artists here, but all we need is like more people like you, like I said, to push that and show it to the world on like a professional like kind of level, not just like recording something on your phone and posting it that way. So I think it takes more. I think we need more of that, like more people who want to be behind the scenes and less people who want to be like in the limelight.
Okay.
More industry driven people, and I would agree with that in terms of like the poetry scene especially. I feel like for rap though, the part where the community don't come together is because rap is based off struggle. So like we're talking about real life things, and a lot of these men don't fuck with each other.
Yeah, there's like beef.
Right. So then it's like, I don't fuck with you, so I'm not gonna go to the studio with you, or I'm not gonna show up to where you at and perform where you at. Like, this is my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very, I don't
like
know,
individualistic.
No community. Yeah, no community.
Right. I think I find that it's there's a problem with both these issues in the poetry community and in the music community, because there's like that lack of people that are comfortable enough to be off camera so they can facilitate people's paths, and then there's the fake, the unauthentic creators that are just creating to create and have no purpose. There's no intention in their creativity. But then you have the people that like big you up and aren't being real enough with their feedback. So they're over here hyping up people that, not to say they aren't talented, but could definitely use more development. And that's where like that some of that fakeness comes. So for me, it's not like necessarily what's missing is authentic and purposeful feedback. Like there's too many yes men in this community, and what drives me crazy is people sending me their music or their poetry, and expecting me to like be like, wow, this is the hottest shit I ever heard, and get in their feelings when I'm like, I didn't like it. You know what I mean? What do you think is something that you specifically feel would make your path better? Not necessarily easier, but will help your path as a creative?
For me, it's a little hard to say because I am very like introverted when it comes to my creativity, and I'm also really scared to like share until I have things like published and stuff because people rob, people steal. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then I'll get. So
are you afraid to share too soon?
Yes, and then like my thing is like, I don't have like a marketing background set up. You know, I'm just like a regular girl. So like I'm just posting and it's not gonna get any attention because I don't have that clout or following like on a massive level.
Right.
But then someone could easily see my thing and steal it, and like that's my fear. It's like I don't want you to like run with that because I know, like I believe that's the one thing I'm certain about my life is my creation, like my son and my creativity. That's the only certain things that I have in my life. Right. And everything else I'm like, I don't know. But that I know I have talent.
So you want to find a space where you feel your content is protected.
Yes. And like you said, honesty. Because I feel like when you look a certain type of way when you're a pretty girl, like especially guys just want to, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then it's like, really, does it sound good, or are you just trying to pass the time? You know what I'm saying?
What you got to say about that, Curtis? No, let me stop.
Don't be one of those. No.
But we experienced that too in the poetry community. Have you seen, like, what do you think you need as now that you're in a space where you're mentoring people? So how are you contributing to the creative community to give the creative community what they're missing?
So, like, as I get further into my artistic career, I find myself wanting to get into more of a place that's behind the scenes, like I was just talking about. So I started, why I started Grow House, was to start putting on my own events. So we do like competitions that sometimes it's like poets versus rappers. Sometimes
I love those.
We've done like beat battles. We've done all kinds of things. But like the idea is to like incorporate the energy and the spirit of slam poetry into other art forms, because I really feel that like the competitive spirit does help. You know, iron sharpens iron type of thing. So like, and also like, by combining different like art forms, like saying like we have an event where it's poets versus rappers, then this is two different communities in Tampa coming together for one event, and these are people who might not normally be in the same space that are in the same space tonight and can network, and then that could help future events and things like that. So like I'm really passionate about like being a part of the community and having a hand in like the projection of where the arts community goes here. Partially because I'm from Tampa and I'm born and raised here, and there's tons of people who move from other places here and take a different direction. So like I feel drawn to like be a person that has a hand in like in all of that. But like, so that on top of like the youth stuff that I do and mentoring youth poets, and that's more of like, you know, a personal kind of thing, whereas like the stuff that I do with Grow House is like something that I really want to push for the community.
Right.
And obviously they both coincide with each other, because the youth artist is going to grow up to like, but a lot of times like, you know, kids move other places for college and stuff like that. So they might not want to do poetry anymore after a year or whatnot, but it's all about like, for me, I get a lot of fulfillment in helping, you know, a youth artist get to wherever they want to get.
Right. No, I love that you're doing that. And I think that, like, creating spaces like that, bringing rappers and poets together, you never know what's going to, like, grow out of that. Because now, poetry is kind of, like, it's a little bit popular right now. It's, like, a trendy thing, right? Poetry is kind of trendy. So I'm getting, and I don't know if you've considered this as a rapper, like, have you ever thought about having a poet on a track?
Of course, I want to poet on my intro, but let me tell you one thing. So, like, Tampa Bay area is, like, known for poetry. Like, I don't know, I feel like even Rod Wave, his music style is very, like, poetic. Like, when you listen to him, you're hearing, like, a storyline with words, and it's very flowy, and, you know? So, that's just naturally how everyone here kind of artistically with words engages.
So like poetry kind of like is a normal thing for
sure,
for various various ways of artistic expression.
Yes, and like Stepherless, she's been on intros for artists here, you know, so like that's a common thing already, like to have a poetry intro on your project, nice. Or like a voicemail.
Yeah.
Very words.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love listening to a rap album that has a poet on it, you know. You mentioned, like, I feel like, I know he passed away, but Juice WRLD was somebody that I would listen to and I'd be like, this guy is a poet. Like, he's not a rapper. This guy is dropping, like, poetry bars, you know?
I appreciate that you said that as someone who, like, really is more into, like, I feel like old school hip hop, like an old school hip hop head, like saying something like that, because a lot of, you know, old school hip hop heads wouldn't say anything like that about Juice WRLD.
Right, and they're so poetic. New artists are very poetic.
Yes, they are, and that's something that, like, I would like you fellow old school hip hop heads to realize. You know, a lot of times, because we come from like this golden era of hip hop, we are like, music these days is trash, right? But it's really not. You know, it's just what you may hear on the radio that is a little trashy. But if you embed yourself into a community like these amazing artists are in, you will see that hip hop is not trash. And there's actually like a lot of poets that also rap, a lot of rappers that are also poets. It's like synonymous. So maybe what we're missing is more of, you know, spaces that kind of combine those two art forms and let them know, like, you know, one can't be without the other. Well, I think that hip hop can't be hip hop without poetry.
Definitely,
right? Because that's what rap stands for: rhythm and poetry. But yeah, you guys got some good insight. Listen, pay attention. We need more spaces like this. More people like JRose providing spaces. And for me, it's not just, I'm not just like, hey, come on my show for exposure. For me, a goal is like, not only do I want to provide spaces to give you exposure, but I want to eventually get into a space where I can provide paid opportunities. And, you know, I'm doing that now on a smaller scale, but, you know, I'm basically like, fuck with me.
You want a network.
Yeah, fuck with me, because when the big money rolls in, I'm gonna have some bigger paid opportunities, you know. But let's start somewhere. Amazing. You guys ready to play a game?
Let's do it.
I guess.
Listen, you're competitive, okay, and you a rapper, so I need this competitive
I'm just hoping it
energy.
doesn't involve like improvisation.
It all involves improvisation.
I'm an improv queen, baby. Like, one thing about it, I did acting for like my whole junior high.
Did you?
Yes.
I could see. She's very comfortable. Cameras and lights went on, and she was like,
"Hey, I'm here in my nature."
Yes, in her natural habitat. All right, it's time for Off the Top, our random game segment. We're gonna pick a game. It's gonna be randomly selected, and we just gonna have some fun. You ready? Awesome. Okay, let me get my cards. Let me tell you guys, we've got some really good games this season. All new stuff, some of the old favorites. What's it say?
One gotta go.
One gotta go. Yes. Classic.
And it ain't me.
She said, and it ain't me. All right, we'll be right back with One Gotta Go.
Hey, Swing. I'll just grab another one on the way.
Nothing much. I'm calling to check in. We still having game night tonight, right?
So do you have any kids?
No, not at the moment. Actually, no.
Ask him about his kids in the future?
What?
back. We're back, and we've got our one gotta go cards. Are you guys ready to make some really difficult decisions?
Let's do it.
These are life-changing decisions, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys 4 options. One of them has to never exist, and you have to pick. Y'all ready?
It's a lot of pressure, but
it's a lot of pressure. We'll start with my favorite type of thing, food. All right, one gotta go. Chicken wings, pizza, burgers, or seafood.
Baby, we can knock out the pizza right there.
What? No pizza?
Honestly,
I'm a Ninja Turtle.
Either the pizza or the burger, but I'm not giving up no seafood.
I'm gonna say the burger.
The burger?
Yeah.
I'll go with the burger too. Burger, you're out of here. Peace. That wasn't too hard, right?
Nah.
All right. We're gonna start it off easy. All right. One gotta go. Bruno Mars, Justin Bieber, Childish Gambino, or Anderson .Paak.
Justin Bieber.
Yep.
Justin
Bieber. baby. I don't even know one of his newest songs. Sorry, Justin.
I could base it on just the picture you used.
Yeah, I'm definitely not giving up on Anderson or Childish.
Or Bruno Mars.
I actually like her some Bruno.
Sorry, Justin. I mean, we still cool, but you gotta go.
You could come to the cookout. You can't stay.
You can't stay. Don't sleep over. All right. Ooh. How about some snacks? All right, one gotta go. Skittles, ice cream, rainbow cookies, or M&Ms.
Rainbow cookies. I wouldn't even what?
Yeah.
Rainbow
You
cookies.
can take both Skittles and the rainbow cookies.
For real.
All right, rainbow cookie. Yo, do not come for me. All right, New York and my Italian friends, do not come for me. But these rainbow cookies, they gotta go. All right. I'm sorry. My best friend Michelle, I love you, girl, but them rainbow cookies gotta go. I agree. They gotta go.
Them shits.
Not it. And the M&Ms too, unless they got some peanuts in it. Sorry. Okay. I got one for y'all. One has to go. Beach, sports, Disney World, or partying.
Disney.
Yeah, I really don't like being around hella people like that.
Damn.
But also maybe because we're like so close to it.
Right.
Are you guys over it?
Over it. I think that's what it is. It's a Florida thing because probably everybody in New York would be like, no, keep Disney sports, whatever.
I don't know what to pick.
But I want to party. Who don't like to party? Partying's fun.
I love the beach. We were at the beach
serene.
yesterday.
So serene. Can't give that up.
All right, so we getting rid of Disney?
Yeah.
Disney, bye.
Sorry. I mean, we could keep the movies though.
We could keep the movies.
Keep the movies, just not the Disney World. All right. Let's see. Y'all like cereal?
Yeah.
My diet's very weird. I'll go through times where I'll eat cereal, shit like that.
She's like, I eat cereal all day long. All right. Captain Crunch, Honey Nut Cheerios, Cookie Crisp, or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. One gotta go.
Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp. I like the classics. Cookie Crisp came out 2003.
Stop! It was out way longer than that.
You know the year it came out.
I'm weak.
I'm gonna go with the OGs now.
All right, you getting rid of? How about you? Which one you getting rid of?
I gotta go with Captain Crunch just because.
What? Oh.
It tears up your mouth, yo.
It tears up your mouth.
The roof of your mouth.
Let it soak in the milk a little bit.
Nah, it was too soggy.
I like a combination of soggy and crunchy cereal, right?
Too.
Like a nice little balance.
Or I don't like soggy at all. No, it has to be crunchy.
Oh my god.
I'll put minimal milk.
All right, we got one more. Well, we'll do 2 really fast ones. You gotta pick really fast. Speed, lightning round, okay? All right, one gotta go. Florida, California, Texas, or New York?
Oh my gosh. So I've lived in all places and okay, that's home. That's
old home. I thought this was gonna be easy.
I'll annihilate all of them and just stick to Cali. I love Cali. I was meant to be a California girl. How about that?
I love California.
I guess I would say Texas because I feel like Texas is just like a bigger Florida.
It is. We strict, a little bit stricter.
I'll go with Texas too. I'm sorry, I love y'all in Texas, but I've never been there. So I'm gonna go by where I've been, and so far I love obviously New York, Cali, and Florida's been dope. Sorry, Texas. All right, last one. This is gonna be hard. All right, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Lil Kim, or Nicki Minaj.
What are we speaking in terms?
One gotta go as far as terms of existence.
Dang, you're just a whole person.
Okay, so
like everything they ever created never existed.
Oh my gosh. Like, I like all of them for multiple different reasons. But if I have to, like, really... I'm sorry, Cardi. You gotta go. Because you ain't...
You ain't writing your own shit. I'm fucking with
I love Cardi B, though. I love her as a person. I feel like she's a genuine person. Great personality.
But you're going to stick to the other three?
I'm going to stick to the MCs.
How about you? Curtis is like, throw the whole card out.
Yeah, I don't really.
Really?
No, I don't not throw them out, but like I don't have a strong opinion on any of them. But
really?
So
I think I guess just because she's like the newest, like Meg.
Oh, okay, because she's the newest. Sorry, new
it
kid
was
on the
between
block.
Meg and Cardi.
All right, new kid. Well, you can't get rid of little Kim.
What are you doing?
I would probably go with.
Kim made them all. So
I would probably go with Meg also as far as like because she's the newest. I can't say no to Little Kim because if it wasn't for her, these other three women wouldn't even be here. Right. She was one of the people that paved that way.
Right.
And the looks and all.
The looks, all that. She made female rappers sexy. Like she brought that sex appeal to the scene. And the other two, I got, respect from Nicki. She writes a lot of her own stuff, and she's from Queens. And Cardi B's from BX. I mean, I gotta stick with my. She went New York. We stick together.
She said I annihilated Texas. So
yes.
Meg, you could go with it.
Take All right, that was great. I'm sorry to put so much pressure on all those difficult decisions. I have one final question that I love to ask every single guest on the show. So you guys are not exempt from the last question. But I have a strong feeling, I have a strong belief that creative people are superheroes. So, because we do things that other people cannot do. So, what is your superhero? Your superpower?
I would say, so this is like as a creative?
Absolutely.
I guess like maybe like a Professor X kind of thing because I can reach people with my words. There we go.
See, I was going to kind of say the same thing because I feel like from a young age, I always knew like this mouth lethal, I be hurting people's feelings with it. So imagine what I do on a song, like...
See, I was talking about more like uplifting.
Oh,
she's like, I will devour you, and he's like, I will uplift you, and then she will shoot her mouth rays at you.
I can uplift too.
So like a verbalist. A verbalist is your superpower, and you are the Professor X, the cultivator.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, cool. I like that. Well, guys. I'm sorry, this brings us to the end of the episode. I would love to have you here all day. Aren't these guys amazing? They're so dope. But before we say goodbye, can you please let the audience know where they can follow you? You can go first, sweetheart.
Naya Haze on social media and AYAHAZ3. That's my handle, so.
You can follow me at C Davis Fly, like C Spot Run, but C Davis Fly, so SEE Davis Fly. I have a book coming out, my first poetry book actually coming out in July. It's titled Hula Hooping with Halos. So I'm really excited about that. So follow me and look out for that.
Amazing. See, follow them, buy their books, download their music. I know you got music coming out this summer, so make sure you guys connect and build with these amazingly dope creatives out here in Tampa and St. Pete. I know I gotta pay respect. And of course, you guys know, or you don't know, now you're gonna know. Follow us on Instagram at JRose Experience, and you can tune into the show on YouTube or Facebook at the Rose Garden Events, and you can follow me as your host, JRose, at My Crumbled Thoughts. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I always say, keep growing. Peace out, guys.
Can I get a yard?